Hello learner, I am Konu Naik. Welcome to my YouTube channel KN Classes. So friends, today in this video we will study about the most important topic, research ethics. This video is important for paper 1 UGC-NET examination and also important for the paper 2 education subject. So let's start from the meaning of research ethics or what is research ethics. So before going to know about the research ethic, we should be very clear about the ethics. What is ethics? So ethics means the moral principles that a person must follow irrespective of the place or time. It is ethics are the moral principles, or you may say some guidelines that a person must follow. And behaving ethically involves doing the right thing at the right time. So friends, as you know that every profession and every work there are some ethics, and the person must follow that ethics. Let me take the example of teaching profession. In teaching profession, there are some professional ethics like punctuality. The teachers should be punctual in nature, and teachers should be responsible at his own work. So these are the ethics of teaching professions. Similarly, in research ethics there are some ethics, and the researcher must follow that ethics. Now comes to the research ethics. Research ethics focus on the moral principles that a researcher must follow in their respective field of research. Then come to the third point, that the research ethics are the application of moral rules and professional code of conduct to the collection, analysis, reporting and publication of information about research subject. In particular, active acceptance of subject, right to privacy, confidentiality and informed consent. These are the principles of research ethics. We'll discuss these principles in the next slide. See, the research ethics means the application of the moral rules and professional code of conduct at the time of data collection, analysis of the data, reporting and publication of the information about research subjects. Okay. Here one question arises, that why the research ethics are important in research. To see the first point, that the research ethics helps in promoting the aims of research, such as bringing out truth and avoidance of errors. If the researcher follows some research ethics like honesty, the researcher will work with honesty, then definitely it will bring the truth and avoid the error in research. Then second point, that it promotes the values that are essential to collaborate work, such as trust, accountability, mutual respect and fairness. These research ethics will promote the value among the researcher and guides to work collaboratively. Then it holds the researcher accountable to the public and society. Accountability or accountable means answerable. Here the research ethics make the researcher to be accountable or answerable to the public and society. Then fourth point, it helps in building the public support for research, which in return can help in getting participants who take part in the research willingly. If the researcher will follow the research ethics, definitely then the public will support for research, and then the researcher will get the participant, or you may say the samples, who take part in the research according to his own interest. Now comes to the principles of research ethics. There are some principles of research ethics. See, first one, honesty. The researchers should honestly report data, result, method and procedure and publication of status. डू नॉट फैब्रिकेट, फॉल्सिफाई और मिसप्रेजेंट डाटा। यहाँ पे हमको रिसर्च में कभी भी मिसयूज नहीं करना है, कोई भी डाटा को मिसयूज नहीं करना है। देन डू नॉट डिसीव कलीग्स, रिसर्च स्पॉन्सर और द पब्लिक। डिसीव का मतलब होता है धोखा देना। Then say objectivity. Objectivity, it means to avoid the biasness in experimental design, data analysis, data interpretation, peer review, and other aspect of research where objectivity is expected or required. So objectivity means to avoid the biasness. Biasness means पक्षपात करना. So here the researcher should avoid the biasness in research. Then integrity, keep your promise. The researcher should keep his or her promises and agreements. Act with sincerity, strive for the consistency of thought and action. Then see next, carefulness. The researcher should be very careful in every stages of the research work. Avoid careless errors and negligence. Carefully and critically examine your own work and the work of your peers. Both critically examine your work and also your peers' work. Keep good records of research activities such as data collection, research design, and correspondence with agency or journals. Then openness, the researcher should be open in nature so that the researcher will be criticized, and this criticism will give the new ideas in research. So here the researcher should be open in sharing data, results, ideas, tools and resources. Then another principles of research ethics is intellectual property. See here, honor patent, it means accepting some right things, then copyright and other forms of intellectual property. Here the researcher should be aware about the copyrights things. Then do not use unpublished data, methods और results without permission. देखिए रिसर्च में हम लोग को बिना परमिशन में कुछ भी नहीं करना है. Then give proper acknowledgement or credit for all contributes to research. Never plagiarize. If you will not acknowledge or credit to the contribution to the research, then your research work will comes to the plagiarism. Then confidentiality. Protect confidential communication such as paper or grants submitted for publication, personal records, trade or military secrets, and patient records. So see here, the researcher should be confidential. Take the example. For example, when the researcher gets some private data or some important data from the participants, and the researcher should not disclose the participants' name here. The researcher should maintain the confidentiality. Okay. Then responsible publication. Publish in order to advance research and scholarship, not to advance just your own career. हम लोग को अपना ही कैरियर में फोकस नहीं करना है, रिसर्च करना है, क्योंकि टू एडवांस रिसर्च वर्क एंड स्कॉलरशिप. Then avoid wasteful and duplicate publication. Then responsible mentoring. This principle is for the guides, those who guide the researcher. The guides should help to educate, mentor and advise students, promote their welfare and allow them to make their own decisions. The guide must allow to the researcher to make their own decisions. Okay. Then respect for colleagues. The researcher and all the participants in the research work should respect themselves, respect the colleagues and treat them fairly. Then social responsibility, strive to promote social good and prevent or mitigate social harms through research, पब्लिक एजुकेशन एंड एडवोकेसी. देखिए रिसर्च में हम लोग किसी भी तरीके से किसी का हार्म नहीं करना है. ओके, दिस इज सोशल रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. नाउ कम टू नॉन डिस्क्रिमिनेशन. रिसर्च में किसी भी तरीके का डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं होना चाहिए. अवॉइड डिस्क्रिमिनेशन अगेंस्ट कॉलीग्स, अगेंस्ट स्टूडेंट्स ऑन द बेसिक्स ऑफ सेक्स, रेस, ethnicity or other factors not related to scientific competence and integrity. Then competence. Maintain and improve your own professional competence and expertise through lifelong education and learning. Take steps to promote competence in science as a whole. The researcher showed competence and expertise through lifelong education. Then legality, know and obey relevant laws, institutional and governmental policies. So we should be obey the relevant laws and institutional और गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसीज. जो भी गवर्नमेंट या इंस्टीट्यूशनल पॉलिसीज रूल्स है हम लोग को उसी को मानना पड़ेगा, ओबे करना पड़ेगा. देन द लास्ट वन इज एनिमल केयर. In research, we should not harm to any type of animals. So, animal care through proper experimental design. जो भी एक्सपेरिमेंट करना है यहाँ पे कोई भी एनिमल का किसी भी तरीके से हार्म नहीं होना चाहिए. Now we will discuss the direct connection of research ethics at which stages of research. So friends, I made these slides because in 2016, maybe in June 2016, I got a questions in paper one that at which stages of research the research ethics has direct connections, and the answer was at problem formulation stage and reporting of research finding stage. So friends, always remember these two stages, that although research ethics has important in every stages of research, but it has direct connection in problem formulation stage and reporting of research finding stage. ये बहुत important है, तो please remember this part. So friends, this is all about my presentation about research ethics. If this is good for you, then like this video and subscribe my channel for getting more updates. Thank you.